We got a lot of people in here. Okay. All right. All right. So I'll go ahead and get started. Are we letting people in? Okay. All right, guys. So good morning. I'm Markia Cooper, direct to James Cooper and the Gainey Agency. And so on this sales training, I kind of just want to talk more about. Oh, somebody's unmuted. I kind of just want to talk about my reasons and my whys on how I got here and what keeps me going. So, as most of you may know, I haven't been in the industry for not too long, and I had no sales experience prior to Symmetry. But I started last year, actually, January 2024, and I was able to quit my job, fire my boss, April of 2024. And I went full time. So my presentation is just going to kind of be what it is going to be. It's going to be my story. So you're going to get to see how I did what I did and how I'm still doing what I'm doing. And so, Caitlin, are we pulling up? Am I pulling up the presentation on my end or? Sorry, guys, I'm new to this.
Now, Markia, yes, you pull it up on your. We're all ready for you. Let's go.
Is my screen showing?
You want to click share?
Okay, there we go. That was a good idea. All right, so let's see. Share screen. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes, we can see it.
All right.
Or I can see it.
Yep, I can see
it. Thank you. All right, let's go. I'm excited. It's loading. All right. All right, guys. So today, my presentation is called Walking by Faith and Not by Sight. And I want to just talk more about the true meaning of that and what that feels like, what that looks like, and basically how everything that's in the Bible is pretty much a map. It's like a road map on business and entrepreneurship. So give me a second. I'm trying to get this thing to work. So walking by faith, what does that truly mean? Walking by faith and not by sight. So walking by faith means that even though everything around you is falling apart, you still wake up with an attitude of gratitude. So when I say that, that means waking up, being grateful that I'm just woke, grateful that I still got my bones, and grateful that I'm still able to walk. Because it could be worse. Everything could be worse. I mean, you might be going through, let's just say, your car might be about to be repoed. You know, you got your car hidden at your auntie house because it's about to get, repoed. You worried about those things, and you worried about the next bill that may be due. You worried about, oh, how am I going to pay this bill? Should I invest into leads or should I pay this bill? You know, but just showing an attitude of gratitude, just being grateful for where you are, is gonna get you really far. So just grateful for the losses because you have to know that whatever God is taking away from your life, it's because He's bringing in better. He's bringing in bigger. He has more for you, and you just got to trust that. And also, just remembering those times where things might have been hard in the past. You don't know how you got through it, but you got through it. You got through it some kind of way. And so, with an attitude of gratitude, that's just going to get you so far in life and in business too. So, All right, here we go. All right, so one of my favorite scriptures is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I know a lot of you probably heard of the saying, walk by faith, not by sight. And also, faith without works is dead. So when you say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, so why not take the risk? If you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, why not take the risk? Why not take your last $100 or your last $50 and take it and invest into some leads? Why not? If you can do all things through Christ, why do you not trust him that he's going to make sure that everything is going to work out? So a lot of you may know the story of Peter. Peter was walking on water. He reached out, he looked away and started sinking. And God was like, well, Jesus was like, oh, you have a little faith. Why do you doubt me? So when we don't take that risk and invest into our leads, that's God saying, why do you not trust me? Why do you not have the faith? Why do you doubt me? Haven't I always been here? You know? So you got two type of people in this world, two type of people in this industry. Let's just say we got Jack and Jill, right? So we had two people at the bottom. At the very bottom of this screen, you see one is going to put in the work, one is not. So Jack and Jill, they both put in the work. They did what needed to be done to get licensed. They started making their dials. They started investing into the leads. Both kind of just didn't have those results that they wanted, you know? And then eventually, you know, that fear starts to kick in. Like, okay, is this really going to work? So, no results. Should I keep doing it? Or should I just kind of find something else? Because it's not working. So, Jack decides, you know what? Maybe I need to just go get me a job. Maybe I just need to go get me a job working 40 hours a week. At least I know I'm getting paid, right? And then Jill says, no, God brought me here for a purpose. God brought me here for a reason. So it's a reason why I'm here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a little bit more work. I'm going to invest in more leads. I'm going to take this time to go get licensed in different states. So maybe I can see if I can work in California. If I'm up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I can work over there. I'm going to pour more into these meetings, into the national calls and my agency meetings, so that I can learn from other people. I can hear other people share their testimonies. I can feel it. I can understand what it took for them. I can see what it took for them. I'm going to take the money out of my credit card. I'm going to go to conference. I'm going to go to conference so I can learn and be around these people and engage with these people, associate with these people, and see what is it that they're doing that I can be doing. So Jill had a little bit more faith than Jack, right? So Jack decided, you know what? I'm at this job now, I'm working 40 hours a week. I'm waiting on my paycheck, still haven't gotten paid. I'm only getting paid a portion of what I would be getting paid as an agent. Jack still complaining, still in the same place, still complaining, right? So what does Jack do? Jack ended up quitting because Jack has a lack of faith. Jack wasn't willing to put in the work. He wasn't willing to do what it takes to make it happen. Jill was. Jill knew she didn't have all the money that she probably needed, but Jill took that faith and trusted in God and just knew that everything was going to work out. So she put in the more work so she can produce fruit. And so that's what Jill did, because Jill had faith. So that's another reason why we say, just have that faith. Even though you don't know what's going on, you don't know how it's going to happen, bills may be due, trust me. Give it to God and let God just take care of it, take care of the rest, okay? Now, where does momentum come from? A lot of people say, oh, momentum just comes when you just keep working hard, just keep going at it. I mean, you can call it that, but I call it God's grace. I call it God's favor. It's when everything just suddenly starts to get easier, right? When everything just, all of a sudden, the sales are coming through. I'm helping people. I'm learning. I'm growing. And it's mainly because of two reasons. It's because of obedience and faithfulness. So living a life of faith, obeying God's commands, and showing righteousness are actions that result in God's favor. So a lot of you probably thinking like, okay, Markia, what does this have to do with insurance, right? It has a lot to do with insurance because your response to everything that you do is going to be your outcome. So when the leads aren't responding, how do you respond? Are you, oh, the lead's not working. I don't want to do this no more. They're not answering the phone. I'm done with this. I'm not investing into no more leads. Or are you like, okay, maybe they're busy. Maybe the client is busy. Maybe the client's at work at the time. Let me make a note on my client qualification form. Okay, it's 12 o'clock noon. The client is probably busy, probably at work. Let me try again at 2 o'clock. Let me try again at 5 o'clock. That client may just answer the phone later on that day, right? Because your response to that was a positive response instead of a negative response. So you got to ask yourself, do you quit and complain like Jack? Or do you have faith and you invest into more leads and you continue to just push forward? When you push forward, that's where that momentum comes from. God's favor, God's grace. God sees you trying. He sees that you want this. So he's pushing forward. You did two things. Jill, got their name messed up. Jill did something different from Jack. Jill had faith. Jill decided to make a sacrifice. Jill took a credit card and went to conference. Jill didn't have the money that she needed, but she made a way. She didn't have anything she needed, but she made it a way. So she did what God told her to do, which was obedience, and he gave her grace upon her life. Momentum. All right? All right. I got to get better with sliding these things. All right. All right. So some say, my mentor normally say, the road to success leads right through the dump. So I'm saying the road to success leads right through the darkness because it does. The Bible teaches us that God allows pain to refine and transform us, producing endurance, character, and hope in those who trust him, as stated in Romans 5:3-5 and 2 Corinthians 4:17. God uses suffering to draw us closer to him, help us leverage our pain for others' good, and prepare us for a greater spiritual growth. So you got to ask yourself this, like, just understand, like, okay, say if you just came home from work, you're sitting in your favorite chair in the living room. Oh, I'm comfortable. This is my favorite chair. I'm about to sit in my chair and get comfortable, and I'm gonna stay here for the rest of the night, right? And then you hear baby Jill and baby Jack in the bed, Mom, Dad, Jill is biting my ear off. You gotta go. You have to get up, right? Because pain is calling. Pain is calling. Pain is going to be the only thing that makes you move. So sometimes when God does things, he has to bring you pain because it's the only thing that's going to make you move. It's not to harm you. It's only to push you, to mold you. Things aren't, we live a life, this life be lifing, you know? We all know that. But it's not to hurt you. It's not to harm you. It's to push you. So a lot of people think that when things aren't going good in the business, the leads aren't answering the phones, that's only preparation. That's only preparing you for those no's. You just got to learn how to push through. So you know, if you in that chair and you comfortable, you know baby Jill is biting off baby Jack's ear. Okay? And if you don't make a move, baby Jill is about to be the next Tyson. She's gonna bite that baby ear off. So you gotta move. And you gotta move now. And so the same thing goes with insurance. You have to move. You cannot stay in the same place. You have to pick a pain. Pick a pain. I'm gonna stay the same and complain like Jack, or I'm gonna take a move. I'm going to move and keep moving and keep moving and keep moving. And you're going to keep going and you're going to get there. So if you're comfortable, you won't move. You won't move. Now I want you guys to write this down. What made you move from your seat of comfortability? And translation for that would be, what is your why? What is your why? What is your reason for wanting to move? Do you want to stay the same in the same place every year, complaining like Jack? Or do you want to move forward, have faith like Jill? All right. All right. So now we're looking at James 19 through 26. This is in the NIV version. So what we're doing here is kind of like a breakdown. Because remember, I said everything that's in the Bible is like a roadmap to life. That's anything from relationships, life, business, anything you're going through. So everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. So let's break that down in insurance translation. Everyone should be slow to, no, what did I say? Quick to listen, sorry. Everyone should be quick to listen. Unmuted. All right. So everyone should be quick to listen. Now, translation for that is what? Being coachable. You have to be coachable. Mentorship. You got to be willing to listen to your mentor. Your mentor is telling you what to do, literally. We can't have that many paid actors. I know I'm not a paid actor. Because hey, what a check. There's no paid actors here. Everybody started in the same place. Everybody has a different journey, but everybody had a mentor that showed them what to do, that told them what to do. On these meetings that we go to, almost every day now, you have a Zoom meeting, a national call meeting, a teaming call meeting, whatever meeting you have with your mentors, your uplines, you must attend them. You got to listen. You got to be aware. Because if you don't, how will you know? How will you grow? That's just like everything that they talk about in these national calls. They're all testimonies. They're all testimonies. If you think about it, everybody's on there saying what they did, what they went through, and how they got through it, right? So it starts with listening. Slow to speak. Translation for slow to speak is your response. Your response to when things aren't going right. Is it positive or is it negative? Jack was probably saying, the leads aren't working. The leads aren't answering the phone. My mentor is ignoring me. Why they not answering the phone? Like, what's going on? Right? And then you got Jill. Jill's like, okay, that batch didn't answer. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to order another batch of leads. And these are going to work. These are going to work. They're going to answer the phone. I got faith. I got an inner knowing they're going to answer. This is going to come through. I believe in this. My mentor told me to buy another batch of leads. So this is just what I have to do for me to make that next step, for me to help more people, for me to get to where I want to be in this business. My mentor's not answering the phone. Okay, well, maybe they're right business. I'll just give them a text. Hey, mentor, I know you're probably writing business, but just give me a call when you get a chance. Until then, I'm going to get back to dialing. Your response is going to be your outcome to everything. All right? Slow to become angry. Translation to that. Do you want to be Jack or Jill? Jack would complain if his mentor told him to buy more leads. Oh my God, I got to invest in more. But why? The last one didn't work. Well, how many leads did you get, Jack? I got 5. That was all I could afford. Well, that's part of your problem, Jack. What's your DCAs? Oh, I only dialed 3 of them, but they didn't answer the phone. Well, Jack, guess what? You're not giving it enough effort. Now Jack is angry. But that's not going to produce any fruit by him being angry, because he's only mad at himself at the end of the day, because he's not doing the work. It's all going to go back to Jack. Your mentor tells you to invest into some leads and you're getting a whole bunch of no's. Now you're mad. But then you don't want to do anything to fix it. Your mentor is where they are for a reason, right? But Jill said, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. I got a bill coming up on the 23rd. I got my last $100. Listen, I could pay this light bill and keep the lights on, of course, yeah. Or I can invest into some leads and that $100 turns to $1,000 or more. Pick your pain. Pick your pain. Jill decided to take a sacrifice because she had faith. Jack decided to stay the same and stay in his comfortable seat and complain about everything. Everything. Because even when he got the job, he complained, right? So human anger does not produce fruit. All right. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in what they do. Let's break that down. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, that means what? Those who are willing to listen, willing to learn, be coachable, invest into the leads, show up physically, show up mentally, your camera's on, show that you want this. You have to show that you want this. You truly cannot expect for God to bless your business if you're not showing God that you want this. It's just like when you go and apply for a job. You're taking the necessary steps to apply for the job. You're taking the necessary steps to go to the interview. You're showing God, like, I want this. So if you're showing up, you get the luxury of working from home. First of all, let's just say that. You're working from home and you still can't even turn your camera on. You're working from home and you still don't even want to listen. But you'll go to a training at a job and turn your phone off because they said put your phone up. They said put your phone up. You can't have your phone. So they're taking away your freedom. And you are okay with that. But when you get a more freedom for yourself, you can't even be attentive. Not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it. What did your mentor tell you to do? Now it's time for you to do it. Be a doer. I told God a long time ago, probably 2-3 years ago, because I'm not perfect myself. I told God, I want to be a better person. I wasn't a bad person, but I said, God, I want to be a better person. And slowly but surely, I'm starting to get into my word. I'm starting to get into my Bible. And I'm reading that you have to be a doer of the word. This is also in James. You have to be a doer of the word in order for you to strive to be a better person. So it's the same thing with insurance. God, I want to be a great insurance agent. I want to be a agency owner. I want to be a leader. So guess what that's going to take? I got to be a doer. I can't just be saying, oh, I'm going to make this money every month. I'm going to make this money every week. I'm going to be on the stage. How am I going to do all these things? How? How am I going to be on the stage? I got to be a doer. I got to have my camera on. I got to show up for myself. I got to build that team. I got to be coachable. I got to listen. You have to want it. And if you want it, you got to be a doer. And the last sentence, the last statement, they will be blessed in all they do. Simple. You will be successful. How many people that do we see at the conferences on these stages? They're not saying the same thing for no reason. I promise you they're not. Everything that they're saying is 100% true. You have to show up. You have to be a doer. Jack was self-sabotaging himself when Jill believed in herself and pushed forward. This was Jill. Jill became a doer. So she became successful. Jack is just Jack. So we all know our Lord is our shepherd, okay? But being a shepherd is often a metaphor for leadership, care, and guidance. Shepherds are responsible for protecting their flock, guiding them to good pastures, and ensuring their safety. Spiritually, it symbolizes someone who leads with compassion, patience, and a sense of responsibility. So it's not just about guiding people in good times, it's also walking alongside them in the difficult times and caring for their well-being. That sounds a lot like our mentors, right? That sounds a lot like our mentors. Our mentors are here to help guide us. They're here to walk alongside us. When we don't know. Like, think about it. How many of us came into this industry? We didn't know what to do. We just got licensed. We didn't know what to do. But our mentor told us. We just got to listen. But sometimes listening is just so hard to do. Not sure why, but yeah, it is. So listening to that mentor is just gonna get you to that next step. And that's just something we have to be willing to do. That's each and every one of us. And so this slide is kind of showing us the process on what it takes. So your mentor is going to plant that seed. Go get licensed, take the test, your E&O insurance. When you get into the industry, this is what the industry is. You start out country at level 80. This is how you work your way up. This is what you do. They're literally planting seeds within you. They're giving you guidance. When you do all these things, invest into them. Invest into your leads. Book 15 appointments a week. $350 a day. You can do it full-time, part-time. They're planting seeds within you. They're telling you what it's going to take for you to get there. You tell your mentor, hey, I want to make $10,000 a week. Okay, I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you, but you have to be willing to listen. So when you get on that second phase of, being an insurance agent, now you're watering that seed. You're watering that seed because you're listening to what your mentor is telling you, right? You're being coachable. You're soaking up all that knowledge that he's telling you. So you're being a doer because I know that this is what I want. I want to be here. I want to be on that stage. I want to help people. I'm a nurturer. So I want to be able to help people, whether they're just me talking on the phone with them. Not only that, I want to be able to help my family financially. It's deeper because it's going back to my why. My why is the reason why I'm doing this. So I'm going to keep watering myself. I'm going to keep doing this because I believe in this. So then you hit that third stage where you're growing. You're growing. You can't see it just yet, but you see a little something. You're improving. You're improving just a little bit, But that's what it takes. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a day. Rome wasn't even built in a day, but you're improving. So you're starting to see a little process here and there. You're almost there. You're almost there. But the fact is about that, a lot of people quit right there. A lot of people quit right there. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. Now your mindset is shifting because you kept going. Your self-development, the books that you're reading, everything is teaching you something. They say, you want to hide something from somebody? Put it in a book. So much knowledge is in those books. So now you're investing into these books, 12-week year, Miracle Morning, 12-week years teaching you how to have accountability. So you're starting to look within. You're starting to look at yourself like, okay, what do I need to do? How am I going to get to that next step? So now you're coming out of that dark place. That dark place where everything was going wrong. Now you just got this peace beyond your own understanding. You're just at peace. Bills still due. Car still might be repoed, but I'm focused. It's okay. God's gonna work that out. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm out of my dark place. So you're learning how to build relationships with clients. You're not so worried about, oh my God, I got my bill due. My bill is due. You're not worried about that. When you get on the phone with these people, you're just talking to them. How you doing? How you feeling? How's the kids? You're building relationships. So now, just building those relationships, you're like, wow, I'm closing deals. I'm doing one call closes from me building a relationship. Half of the time, you're not even talking about insurance. You're just talking about the client. Sometimes people just need somebody to talk to. People want to work with people that they trust. You are a human being. You're not AI. You're a human being. So I'm going to talk to you like a human being. So now you're realizing it's not about me. It's not about my car. It's not about my bills. It's not about me. It's about helping. It's about serving. I'm here to serve. I know that as long as I'm serving, God's going to take care of the rest. Because I'm serving his people. I'm truly helping people. You know how many times you can call a big insurance company by yourself, and that representative probably don't really care about what you got going on. They probably don't care. But when you call a broker, a good broker, a broker that cares, a broker that wants the best for you, a broker that'll put themselves in your shoes, that's us. That's what we do. Because we're here to serve. So you're realizing it's not about you. It's about your client's best interest. What's best for them? What's best for their budget? It's no longer commission breath. Goodbye commission breath. No more sweating, hands sweating on the phone. No more of that. You're just having a genuine conversation with your clients. And so you see yourself growing. So this is what it looks like to trust in God, to trust the process. Association with the right people. It starts with your mentor. Your mentor is going to be the first one you meet anyways, right? Your mentor is planting that seeds, telling you what to do. Do this. Invest. Keep going. Control your thoughts. This is right here is our biggest hater. Sometimes, once you learn how to control those thoughts and don't let that negativity come in, you'll be just fine. And then you start to water your seed. Water that seed that mentor planted in you. You're watering that seed. You're like, okay, I believe in what I'm selling. I gotta do this. That means maybe I need to invest into my own whole life insurance policy. Maybe I need to invest into my own term. Let me see what kind of terms out there that are going to be best for me. And that's going to teach you how to look at the terms that's going to be best for your clients. That's going to teach you how to look at the terms or with the whole life process programs that are going to be best for your clients because you've done it for yourself. You believed in you. That's just like, let's just say Wendy's, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. Do you know they have their slow periods too? They have their slow periods too. It's plenty of weeks where business is not coming in, business is slow, but guess what they got to do? They still got to invest. They got to take whatever money they made on that slow week, and they still got to go buy burgers, fries, cups, straws, napkins. And you know they got to buy even more food that next week because guess what? They got to throw all the old stuff away. All the stuff from last week, they got to throw that out. They got to. I hope so, but they got to. You can't sell old stuff this week, right? So now guess what I got to do? I got to buy a new batch of leads. I got to buy new inventory for the new week. Why? Because I'm expecting clients. Wendy's is expecting clients. If they get them, they get them. If they don't, they don't. But guess what? They still got to produce. They still got to invest into those leads. They still got to invest into their inventory, right? Because they know it's coming. So guess what? When it does come, they're ready. They're prepared. They got everything they need. They might even have to go in and buy more, right? They might have to buy a little bit more inventory. We ran out. Lee's not answering the phone. I got to go buy some more inventory. They got to keep the business going. The door still got to open at 8 a.m. You got to keep it going. So now, that's where the massive action, constant correction comes in. Now I'm working on myself. I'm going within. What is it going to take for me to get to that next step? Okay, I got to invest in more leads. Now I'm working on my objections. Now I'm calling my mentor a little bit more. Hey, I need help with this. Can you help me with this? Hey, I need you to show me how to do this. I don't have no idea. You're associating. You're going back to that first cornerstone. I'm associating with like-minded people. I'm involving myself around these people. So I have more people to call. Even if your mentor is busy, I can call the other mentor. I can call him and he's going to give me that same advice that my mentor would give me. Because he knows just like my mentor knows. It all works the same way. So now I'm growing. And now I'm committed. I'm committed to this thing. Because I see it working. It's happening. So now I know that I got to continue to push forward. I got to continue to invest into my leads. Because it's not going to stop. It's not like I'm just going to go out of business next week just because I don't have clients. I got to keep going. I'm a business. I'm a Wendy's. I got to keep going. And then you blossom. And you get a promotion. And that promotion just means the world to you, like, oh my God, I did it. And so me going on those national calls, me listening to those people, they were right. Me going to those conferences and seeing those people on stage saying they stayed up at 2:00 in the morning. Like, they stayed up 2:00 in the morning dialing in different states. I went home and I did that. Guess what? It got me where I needed to be. That's my promotion, by the way. So when I say these things for a reason. It's all built to mold you. And now I'm in my harvest season. I'm ready to produce and to help more people. And this was also my testimony. We all have a testimony. Everybody on that stage that you've seen had a testimony. They're telling you what they did. They can't be telling you what somebody else did. Just like we're selling insurance. So we're selling what we did for ourselves. We look for what? We look for the best price. We look for the best, whatever we needed, living benefits, whatever we felt like we needed that policy for. We're doing the same thing for our clients. So I can't tell you to take these steps if I didn't do it. Because I believed in myself. I was Jill. I had faith. I took my last $100 and invested into some leads and did not know if I was going to make anything from it, but I had faith and it worked out. So I know insurance it can be, you know, a little hard sometimes, but that's what everybody in this industry is for. Lean into the people. Everybody is truly here to help you. I can honestly say Symmetry is probably it is one of the best IMOs out there. It is, because it's not just insurance agents or insurance brokers, it's a culture. We're here to help each other. Nobody's charging you to talk on the phone with them. Nobody's charging you for those things. You just got to reach out. Put your pride to the side, thinking your mentor is supposed to call you every week. Your mentor is busy. Your mentor is busy working with people that want to do this. So pour into it. Water yourself and grow. Blossom. That's it, guys. But I want to open it up. I think we got a little bit more time. So I want to open it up for any like questions or anything like that that you guys may have.
Hey, Markia, great job today. Hey, Andrew, we met at a conference. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you do on your down days? What's your go-to?
What's my go-to? Them days when I'm slow?
Yeah, you're slow, you're down, or you're down on yourself. What are your go-tos?
I'm a nature girl, so I like to go for walks. I have to have my walks. It's therapeutic. I go for a walk. I still have my phone for safety reasons, but I will not be on my phone. I was just literally, it's just that me and God, just me and God. Whatever thoughts that I'm having at the time, I'm listening to myself. I talk to myself a lot nowadays, and that's just what I do, you know. And read the Bible. Everything is in that Bible.
Hey, we talked about that.
Yes, we did. Andrew, the one who told me at conference, and that was also God using him as a vessel. Cause who would have known him? He said something about reading Genesis, and then Marlon the next day said something about reading Genesis. So it's God, man.
Hey, great job today.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Any more questions?
Hello.
Or any comments?
Hello.
Hey.
Young lady, you are blessed and highly favored.
Thank you.
This is my first time actually listening to you. And let me tell you, it just sunk. I just felt it and know it. And with insurance through God, such a blessing.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this today.
You are welcome.
Markia, I told you would rock this. This is so fantastic. I am so proud that I get to see you every single day.
Oh, thank you.
You are a blessing.
Girl.
You are a blessing.
Oh,
that was a great
message.
That was a great message that everybody needed to hear.
Yeah.
Great job, Markia. Proud of you. Way to go.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Any more comments? Anybody want to share a testimony, maybe?
I do have something, Markia.
Okay. Hey, Emily.
So, hi. By the way, I love this. I'm a Christian. I was just like, oh my God, I love this so much. Um, I was just wondering because I have a huge problem with, doubting myself, getting upset because like, oh, my leads aren't answering the phone. Can't pay my bills. Oh my God. How do you handle discouragement? Like, I'm working on my mindset, but like, I guess what are your best tips for handling like getting discouraged and pulling yourself out of that pit, basically?
Oh, girl, I still go through it to this day. But what I will say, is I did Bible study with my pastor last week, and he brought me to James, and reading that verse just told me everything that I needed to know. And another thing is trusting God. Like, I'm like, oh my God, if I don't invest, and I still look at myself as a Wendy's, I'm like, if I don't invest, then what? What happens if you don't invest? So ask yourself, if you stay in that seat of comfortability, will you move? You won't.
Nope.
So what's your pain? You got a bill that's due. You got the car, the repo that they might come and get it. If you don't move, they coming. If you don't move, that bill late fees, it's still gonna be due. And then that leads back to your why, because those bills are your pain already. Okay, but why am I here? Why did I start this? And where do I want to be? Do I want to be on that stage? Do I want to be talking to people and helping them? So you gotta just ask yourself. It always goes back to your why. I know for me, I have a family that pretty much needs me. I'm the generational curse breaker. If I don't do it, nobody's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Markia.
Yes,
Markia.
ma'am.
Hey, it's Tom Deutsch. How are you?
Hey, Tom.
Long time no see since Baltimore. I miss you.
I know. Where you been?
I've been up here in Philly, keeping busy. Hey, I had one thing, but I wanted to, if it's okay, make a comment to Emily real
Mhm.
quick.
Yeah.
Really, two things that I think are going to help with your discouragement are making sure that you have correct expectations set, and you get those by tuning into your upline. I had an agent almost quit because their first day of dialing, they made 70 dials, they talked to 10 people, they booked 3 appointments, and they thought they were terrible at this, but they were calling the oldest of old leads. And they needed me to set their expectations and say, wait a minute now, look at this chart. This is where you should have come in. And they're like, oh, I'm not bad at this at all. So make sure you got your expectations set and plug into these calls. Plug into Markia, plug into the national call, plug into the Purdy call, plug into your huddle ups. You need to insulate your mind and insulate your mind from the negativity of this world and the negativity that sometimes people throw at you. So I would say manage your expectations and feed your mind positivity stuff, wherever you get that from. The thing I wanted to say was when you talk about a testimonial, I have a great story from 2018. My pastor stood up in church. He believes that leaders are readers, and at the very beginning of the year, he held up a book and he said, "If you read one book this year, I want everyone to read this book." And it's not a Christian book. It has a Christian story to it, but it's a different story. And the story of the book was Thirst. Well, later that year, the author of the book was announced as one of the keynote speakers of our conference in DC. So when your faith life matches your church life, I mean your work life, you know you're in the right place. I've had a chance to meet him in both venues. I had a chance to meet him in DC, and he also came and spoke at my church. So I just wanted to share that with you as another thing that, I honestly believe that when you're doing the right thing, you sometimes have some unbelievable hurdles placed in front of you. When you have unbelievable and unimaginable hurdles placed in front of you, take that as a sign that you're doing the right thing. That's just my own personal belief and observation. Thank you. You did a fantastic job.
Thank you. And that's 100% true. Because you got to understand, if you didn't have a bright future, you think the devil will be bothering you? He's bothering you for a reason. The devil's probably like, just think of him. He's like this small. He's a coward. Flick him off.
Markia, I'll give you another, just a inspiration or a testimonial. There's been many days I get down on myself. And again, God picks you up. He picks you up in different ways. You have given me more verses to do a reversal of one of the days I get down.
Yeah.
So I really do appreciate it, because the verses he's given me and now the ones that you've given me, lets me go a different direction too. So he's leading me in different directions several ways. So so thank you.
You're welcome, Rhonda. All right, we got 2 minutes. We got one person, one more. No, yes, no. All right, guys. All right. Somebody said, what was the name of that book, Tom?
That's what I wanted.
I know 12-Week Year was also a good book as well.
So thirst has not a lot to do with our business. It's just a person's walk. But the point was, he was a highlight of my church and a highlight of my work. And that's where, when you were talking about faith intersecting, I thought that was, I knew I was in the right place when that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think 12-Week Year is a great one. If you want something heavy, there's a book called Mindset, that if you're really working on your mindset, it's a great book to read. It's a little bit thick. You're going to want to take it a chapter at a time, take notes, highlight things, reread things. But that's one that really helped me. And then one that George and Janet Matthews recommended for me early on, because I had a bit of a broke mindset myself when I got here, is The Millionaire Mindset by T. Harv Eker. I think it's a fantastic book. It's like the guy wrote it to me, and everyone I've ever referred it to said basically the same thing. So if you're looking for a little bit of an injection on mindset, that's a really good book to start with.
All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap it on up. Oh, I got one more person.
Yes. Do you have an email if we could reach out to you?
Yes, ma'am. It's MarkiaCoop93@gmail.com. Oh, thank you for posting that in the chat.